I am Linda Spiegel, president of the Beverly Hills Bar Foundation. One of the foundation's most time-honored and inspirational endeavors is our annual scholarship program, granting scholarships to law students whose academic achievement, coupled with their social and economic life challenges and their commitment to public interest law upon graduation, merit our financial support and acclamation. This year, even more so, as they were faced with the cancellation of classes and an uncertain bar exam due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I hope that you will be so inspired by these attorney candidates that you will log on to our website, bhbf.org, to make a contribution to enable us to continue this program and all of our community programs to bring legal education and access to justice for all.
Hi, I'm Pierre Pine. I'm the Vice President of Scholarships for the Beverly Hills Bar Foundation. This year, the committee evaluated 23 and interviewed 10 outstanding candidates. In making its decisions, the committee focused on whether the candidates demonstrated a strong commitment to public interest law, academic distinction, leadership, work ethic, and of course, financial need. Although each of the candidates were well qualified and impressive, the committee selected 5 that were found to be truly exceptional. In the upcoming video, I believe you too will agree these scholarship winners are outstanding.
Hi, I'm Ken Petroulis. For the last 12 years, my wife Dale and I have sponsored the Rule of Law writing competition for the Beverly Hills Bar Foundation. The rule of law is important to our country, never more than this year when facts have come under attack from all sides. And we have seen that the courts have been our haven for determining facts and following through with rules of evidence. So this year, we awarded 3 prizes for law review articles relating to the rule of law. A $2,500 grand prize scholarship was awarded to Andy Hyman, Southwestern School of Law, and 2 honorable mention $500 winners were awarded to Jonathan Kortek, University of Southern California, Gould School of Law, and Jeremy Weiss, UCLA School of Law. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Joseph Bowie from Grennis Martin Stein & Richland, an appellate law firm and proud sponsor of the scholarship. We want to congratulate the scholarship recipients and Rule of Law competition winners. Your accomplishments and commitment to public service have been so impressive and so important, especially in light of this past year. Congratulations again.
My name is Danielle Wilkins. I'm currently a rising 3L at USC Gould School of Law. And I decided to go to law school because it has always been my desire to change the world in some capacity. I was drawn to the law because it can be used as a tool to achieve social justice, but unfortunately, a lot of times, the criminal justice system specifically just isn't that just to the people who are facing it. So I want to be an attorney who helps people to ensure that actual justice is achieved for as many people as possible. And I also recognize that there aren't many Black women lawyers in this country, and I hope that not only will I be able to add a unique perspective as a Black woman, but also will encourage younger Black women to also pursue the law as well.
Hi, my name is Abraham Brand. I'm a 3L graduating student from Southwestern Law School, and I chose to join law or to pursue law when I was an immigration paralegal at firms in Boston and Los Angeles, and I worked with clients going through some of the most difficult portions of their life, and I knew that I wanted to be a part of that and an advocate for my clients.
My name is Michelle Zhang. I'm a rising 3L at Loyola Law School. And one of the biggest reasons why I became an attorney was to help people. I've always had a drive to help people, no matter if it's just something little like giving a smile, giving a hug, or just helping them with their homework or something like that. I've always been that type of person that my friends can rely on to help them. So when I heard about this career path of an attorney that truly gives back to the community, I thought that was a good career for me.
My name is Andy Hyman. I'm a third-year student at Southwestern Law School. And I chose to go into law just to find a way to better be of service to my community, city of Los Angeles, and the state.
My name is Kathy Amelia Tagey. I am a law student at UCLA, and I chose to go into law because prior to law school, I was a labor organizer at a community organization and worked with lawyers who were doing direct services and helping workers. In one of my first organizing experiences, I actually witnessed lawyers help win back wages for a group of garment workers in Los Angeles who had thousands of dollars stolen from them collectively over the years. And seeing the role that the attorney played in supporting workers inspired me to want to kind of learn more about the legal system and be a resource and support in the labor movement for workers as well.
My name is Jeremy Weiss. I graduated from UCLA School of Law this past year in 2020. And I guess you could say law kind of found me. My first career was as a pastor at a church in Santa Monica. And as I was looking to what was next for me, law came to the forefront as an option, just as a way to use the skills that I thought I'd already gained through life experience and through education, and also to use those skills to help people to make the world a better, a more just, a more fair place.
My name is McKenna Johnson, and I am a rising 3L at Pepperdine Caruso School of Law. And I chose to go to law school because I have always been committed to social justice and human rights and ensuring equality and basic human dignity for all people. And so I felt that law school was the best way to pursue that goal.
It's Jonathan Kortek, and my law school was University of Southern California, Gould School of Law. And the reason I chose to go into law is just I'm passionate about, helping people and, people that don't have a proper, ability to represent themselves to be able to put myself in that position and try to do some good in the world.
So my passions have been kind of around social justice issues and tackling systemic inequality in our society, particularly through the lens of labor law and workers' rights. I grew up in Los Angeles, and my interest in those issues kind of came from just my personal experiences, witnessing exploitative labor practices within the immigrant communities that I grew up in and was a part of. And even then knowing that seeing kind of this exploitation happen wasn't fair. And I think that law can often be inaccessible to certain communities. And I see my role as a future attorney as one piece in a larger puzzle, listening to and supporting the needs of workers and communities like the one I come from.
Something that I care deeply about is fairness and equal opportunity. And those are values that America prides itself on, but for a lot of people, it's almost been non-existent when it comes to incarcerating people, especially people of color and Blacks and Hispanics in this country. Two common sentiments are innocent until proven guilty, and if you do the crime, you do the time, but becoming system involved for many people is just not that simple. People are detained before they're even convicted. They may not be released if they don't have the financial means to be able to pay their bail. Risk assessment algorithms and technology are utilizing discriminatory data and helping bolster some potentially prejudicial decisions. And even once a person is released from jail, they can face up to 45,000 collateral consequences that impacts their way of life moving forward. So simply put, the system is just not fair and it needs to be amended. There needs to be a greater focus on education, on self-help, on low cost and free representation for many people, for a focus on actual rehabilitation and methods which will help to help people integrate into society and also help them not to recidivate. So I plan to use my ideals as someone who values fairness and equity to help this population and to make substantive changes that will hopefully help thousands of other people from permanently being impacted by the criminal system.
My passions are ensuring the end of gender-based discrimination, and that is for both women and for the LGBTQ community. I want to make sure that women and the LGBTQ community can have a more just and equitable experience as members of society. And so my plan is to work in civil rights work for women in the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, I've done many things in the past. I helped out with Kids in Need of Defense. It's called KIND, and it's immigration service for children. I've helped out with people seeking to get their records expunged in the clinic. Right now in my firm, I'm taking on a couple pro bono projects. One is an immigration case, a defensive removal, and another one, hopefully upcoming, is an appeal for Social Security disability for a lady in need in our community.
For me, or one specific project that was very valuable for me was setting up a nonprofit for a group of veterans who were going through the Masters of Veterans Business project at USC. And they wanted to set up a networking and fraternal organization for other veterans who had gone through a similar program. And for me, having veterans in my family, this made this a very meaningful project, and I was really glad I was able to take part in it.
So a community service project that I was involved in was a college fair that was led by a 5-year program that I was in called CFAC Youth Foundation. And that was a turning point for me and knowing why I wanted to help children, because they allowed us to mentor our peers, and because of that, we felt that the peers are getting more information than they would if just an adult would tell them what to do. So at the end of the day, a student came up to me and was like, because of you, I'm applying to college. And there were a lot of students that just basically spoke out loud saying, oh, I wasn't going to apply because of my immigration status. I wasn't going to apply because of my economic status. So just realizing how vulnerable kids could be, that was such a turning point in me wanting to help children. And I knew I kind of wanted to make a career out of it.
My paper is called The Problem with Johnson and Lamond, Irreconcilable Science in the Brady-Napier No Man's Land.
The title of my Rule of Law paper was The Unholy Shield, Rethinking the Ministerial Exception. And it addresses an issue where sometimes religious organizations can use the shield of the First Amendment to keep from being accountable for possible acts of discrimination. I saw that happen in my field and time as a minister, and so it was a way to blend my past and my present into thinking how to make this world a more fair place and a place free of discrimination, but also still have freedom of religion and freedom of expression.
The title of my paper is Guilty Beyond a Reasonable Doubt, Challenging Felony Disenfranchisement under Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act.
Well, I'm proud to say that my student note in the Southwestern Law Review was published last month in April 2021. The article titled Empowering Immigration Judges to Sanction Attorneys Abusing the Powerless looks at the rules governing attorney malpractice in immigration law and how immigration judges who have front row seats to see some very unethical behavior are unable, given the structures of the immigration courts, to sanction these attorneys and to assist immigrants, future generations of immigrants.
So far, I think that my proudest accomplishment has really been all of the work and experience I've been able to gain in law school. I think that sometimes there are a lot of unequal barriers to being able to thrive in certain academic environments. And I feel like throughout law school, I've already been able to do work that I'm really passionate about. I've been able to intern for lawyers who represent unions and do clinic work, and was even able to extern at the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing this past semester. And throughout all these experiences, I feel like I'm really learning the tools to be a resource for my community, and it has made me feel really proud that I've been able to do the things that I came to law school to do.
My proudest accomplishment so far is sitting next to a client of ours when he was granted parole after 25 years in prison. just hearing him gasp as the parole board announced that he had been found suitable, hearing the culmination of all the work that he had put in for years, preparing himself for that hearing and changing his life, and the months of work that we had put in, assisting him and getting him, helping him get to that place where he could sit there and receive that grant, is not just a proud moment of my experience in law school, but a proud moment of my entire life. And if it's really the culmination of everything that I could hope to be a part of, becoming a lawyer, watching somebody's life change for the better in an instant right in front of your eyes.